Hello everyone, and welcome to my second video where I show one of my attacks and explain some of my thoughts behind my strategy. My designated target this time is this guy, and his base is here. There are funny things in the corners, fortunately only decorations, and we don't have to worry about them. More important, we can see that we have a clan castle here that is very exposed, and it will be easy to pull out clan castle troops. Moreover, the barbarian king is exposed, and at the other end of the base we have a rather exposed archer's queen as well. I decided to attack this base with a Hog Rider attack. That is mainly due to the heavy walls that will take some time to cut through for Valkyries, and also because there are no possible spots inside the perimeter of the base where double giant bombs could be. Double giant bombs are the biggest threat at the moment to Hog Rider attacks, and with that out of the picture, it is more safe to deploy Hog Riders. Another option would have been an air attack. We have two X-bows in the middle pointing at the ground. However, with four strong air defenses, which are not that exposed, I think that an air attack would be a little too risky with little room for mistakes, but I think it would be possible to carry out. Anyway, my desired attack strategy was Hog Riders, backed up with a queen walk from the west side. Let's have a little action. I drop my queen walk, and meanwhile I pull the clan castle troops with my giant. My queen has a main purpose of taking out the enemy queen, the enemy clan castle troops, and as a secondary objective to take down as many defenses as possible. I almost lose my queen here one time, and one time again. It gets a little too exciting, but fortunately my queen survives, and she can continue doing her work. Meanwhile, down in this area, I drop my golem, which I have in my clan castle, and shortly after I will drop my Hog Riders. My queen will come and join the party, and it is a plan that my healers should leave the queen and join the Hog Riders where they have more use. My queen will continue to do damage, but the Hog Riders will clear the defensive buildings, and healers and the queen will be of little use. However, Hog Riders will take a lot of damage, and with additional healing from the healers, they will get a very good start in life, which will be extremely valuable. Healers will take damage, and they will probably eventually die, but not before giving a lot of valuable hit points back to the Hog Riders. And this is exactly what happens. The healers leave the queen and start healing the Hog Riders. The Hog Riders split up a little and take a little too much damage. The angels do the same, but it's not too bad either. Now we can see that the Hog Riders have taken attention from the Barbarian King, and I think that a Barbarian King is an underestimated threat for a Hog Rider attack, because even though a Barbarian King is quite difficult to pull, he will continue to pursue the Hog Riders for an unreasonably long time. I decided not to do anything about that. I could have done it because the Barbarian King is quite exposed, but he is only level 9, and he will follow my Hog Riders on a path I will cover with healer spells. So he will not kill that many of my Hog Riders. Meanwhile, I have also taken out an enemy skeleton trap with a poison spell. Unfortunately, a new trap pops here, and those 4 skeletons will continue to do damage to my Hog Riders until all defenses are down, which actually adds up to a lot of accumulated damage, even though each skeleton is very weak on its own. Skeleton traps are, in my opinion, another underestimated threat to Hog Rider attacks, and poison spells is a good counter to that. We see that the king will pursue my Hog Riders, and he will continue to do so for a while. Fortunately, the job is almost done. The remaining defenses goes down, and finally The king decides to reset and go home, where he will meet my queen. Now the battle is won. It is only a matter of clearing out remaining buildings. The queen will deal with enemy barbarian king, and even though that all my Hog Riders will die in a moment to a giant bomb, they have already done their job, and there is plenty of time left. My heroes and the remaining wizards will clean up the remaining buildings, and the battle is won. However, I almost lost this one because my queen was dying very early in the game, and if that had happened, I would have ended up with 0 or a single star, which would have been completely useless for my clan. The thin line between success and failure is definitely there. Fortunately, I was this time on the right side of the line, but I have to be more careful in the future. It became a little too exciting at the beginning for my taste. Thank you for watching.